I came across my list of things to do from last year. It was a to-do list, not a goals list, and I did them all. This has made me evaluate what I want to do this following year. Even though it's already March, feels like it's the beginning of a new period for me. Adjusting to working full-time as a pharmacist has been different. I've kept up with my training, but have allowed myself some leeway with nutrition and have had easier training days when I felt super tired. I'm still trying to gauge how energy levels are, and sometimes those are really hard to predict. I work 12-hour days sometimes, or some days 18 hours in a span of 20-some hours. I commute 100 miles a day and drive about 2 to 3 hours each day, which gives me lots of time to podcast and think about things that I could do to improve my work skills and training, because somehow I find myself listening to hours and hours of information on training and nutrition, and some days I feel pretty discouraged training. Honestly, some days I feel like I have just figured something out and then I have to refigure it out again. And that same thing applies to nutrition, as our bodies are constantly changing. Just finding the right macros and the right nutrient timing for one year may not work the next year, and that's a little frustrating, but it makes me want to learn even more. And some days I feel like, why am I doing this? Like, I question why I'm exhausted and still really pushing myself and trying to learn everything I can with all the time that I've been given. And I found that maybe this is what it means to be passionate about something, is to really pursue it and just enjoy it and have this drive to just keep doing the thing. Trying to push maximum weight and train in a deficit and also adjust a new job would be like trying to improve all your lifts at the same time. So something that I would advise against, and that's why I've chosen to take this time as an adjustment period. I don't get bored of these 3 movements because I constantly try to find new things to fix. And I also train with an awesome training partner who helps me find new things that I can work on. Shout out to Grant. Enjoying the process certainly helps with making progress. Finding new things to work on makes the lift a whole new thing again and constantly renews my interest. I've been trying to fix my getting tugged forward by the weight on my deadlifts. Sometimes you'll see in this clip I hunch over a bit at the top. It's almost like I'm bending over from my belt. So I've been working on doing things like light stiff leg deadlifts and focusing on hip drive, using my hips to finish the lift and not let my back get pulled so forward by the bar. In the early Instagram years when I was still in pharmacy school, which was not long ago, it seemed that being a sponsored athlete was living the dream. And I wanted that, so I pursued sponsorships, and I was sponsored for a few years. Now, I just want to enjoy the ability to support myself and take pride in knowing everything I accomplish I can do on my own. I've never wanted to be Instagram famous or YouTube famous. I've always done everything fitness related for myself only. And I thank you so much for all who have been with me throughout this journey as I continue on this new training phase. Thank you so much, and hope you have a wonderful week.